Welcome to the Explainer. So, you just unboxed a brand new Apple laptop. Honestly, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed right now. Between all the features, the hefty price tag, and just the sheer computing power sitting right there on your desk, it's a lot. But today, we're going to flip that tech anxiety into total empowerment by walking through some absolute MacBook essentials. Let's dive right in.
We are pulling our insights today directly from Mark L. Chambers' book MacBook For Dummies, 9th edition. But don't worry, we aren't going to make you read the whole thing. We're doing the heavy lifting, distilling the core wisdom right here. We're skipping all the fluff and focusing strictly on the practical, everyday essentials you actually need to operate, maintain, and protect your computer.
Okay, let's start with a quick reality check. Are you kinda treating your new MacBook like a really expensive doorstop? Look, it's a super common anxiety. You just dropped a significant amount of money on this beautiful, incredibly thin piece of tech, and you're terrified, literally terrified, of accidentally ruining it just by pressing the wrong button. So you end up tiptoeing around it, totally afraid to unlock its actual potential.
Now that brings us to the mindset we really need to adopt here. The author has a specific rule for this, and it's super simple. Take your time. After all, learning how to use your MacBook isn't a race. The big takeaway? You absolutely do not need to be some master graphic artist or a professional photographer or a hotshot video editor to master this machine. The hardware and the macOS Big Sur operating system, they're designed from the ground up to be completely 100% intuitive.
And let's just look at the hardware itself for a second, because understanding it really builds your confidence. Think back to older PCs. They had those spinning, magnetic hard drives, right? You had to keep the laptop perfectly level so you didn't damage anything. But inside modern MacBooks, solid-state drives. I found it so reassuring to learn there are literally no moving parts in there, which makes them incredibly resilient. Plus, you've got amazing features like the Touch ID sensor that seamlessly doubles as your power button. It's really a modern masterpiece of rugged reliability.
Now, it's not totally indestructible, right? So following a few basic everyday handling rules is absolutely crucial. First up, keep your food and drinks at least 12 inches away. The author points out that 12 inches of empty desk space can literally be the difference between wiping up a quick spill and dealing with a wildly expensive short in your motherboard. Second, be nice to your keyboard. There's no need to hammer the keys. Third, if your laptop feels warm to the touch after you've been working it hard, just let it cool for a few minutes before you pack it away in a bag. Next, you can leave it plugged in without any worry at all, and we'll actually expand on that in just a second. And finally, keep the original box. Seriously, it is absolutely perfect for shipping the laptop safely if it ever needs repairs, and it really bumps up the resale value later on.
Okay, so about being plugged in. This right here busts one of the single biggest myths in laptop ownership, battery anxiety. People are constantly asking, hey, should I unplug the power cable the second my battery hits 100%? The definitive answer from our source is a resounding no. Leave it connected. It will absolutely not cause any damage to your MacBook whatsoever. In fact, road warriors always prefer a battery that's fully topped off when they finally have to grab it and go.
Alright, so your physical machine is safe and sound, but what happens when the software decides to act up? As we pivot into troubleshooting, we've got to banish a major myth right now. You do not need a computer science degree to fix minor MacBook issues. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can troubleshoot. You don't need special training. You are entirely capable of making this machine jump through hoops when it starts misbehaving.
So, if you don't need a fancy IT degree, what is the absolute best tool in your arsenal? What's the #1 troubleshooting rule you should try before you panic or call for backup? Take a guess.
You guessed it, reboot. It really is that simple. The simple fact is that turning your computer off and turning it back on again is the ultimate, undefeated golden rule. It solves a massive percentage of strange, bizarre computer behaviors, and you don't have to do any complicated tech surgery.
Let's break down exactly when you should actually deploy this golden rule. If you're dealing with weird, intermittent problems that just come and go, a garbled screen, an external device that randomly stops working, or maybe an application that completely refuses to quit, rebooting is your very first line of defense. And, of course, if you see the dreaded, swirling beach ball of death and it just won't go away, yeah, it's definitely time for a restart.
But wait, what if it's just one single app causing all the drama? You don't always have to nuke the whole system. There's a way to surgically remove a problem without restarting everything. If an app freezes up, you just pull up the Force Quit Applications menu. You just select whatever program is acting unresponsive, say music or Word, and click Force Quit. Boom. It handles the freeze instantly, saving you from a total reboot.
Sometimes, though, the whole system completely locks up. You can't even get to that Force Quit menu, and your computer totally refuses to shut down normally. For those moments, you need the hard reboot. It's a precise 3-step sequence. Step 1. Press and hold the power button or the Touch ID sensor for about 5 to 6 seconds until the machine just forces itself off. Step 2. Wait about 10 seconds. Just let it sit. Step 3. Press that button again to restart. It's a simple manual override, and it puts you right back in the driver's seat.
Finally, let's talk about long-term upkeep, keeping your MacBook running smoothly for years to come. First, maximize your RAM, your memory, because it drastically helps performance during those really memory-intensive tasks. Crucially, though, avoid antiquated utility software. Seriously, those old disk utility programs designed for ancient operating systems, they can actually do way more harm than good to a modern hard drive running Big Sur. And before you ever lug your laptop down to a repair shop, always search the built-in help center or check the Apple support website first. They've got tons of do-it-yourself instructions and system patches ready to go. And just like that, you have officially gone from an anxious beginner to a totally empowered MacBook owner. Now that you're no longer afraid of breaking the thing, what amazing creative projects are you going to build with all that computing power? If you enjoyed this, subscribe to In 8 Minutes and never miss what matters.